Welcome back, episode 23 now of the Living Room Chat podcast. Welcome back. How are we doing, mate?
Mate, I'm all good. Although it is 9:30 and you've been up already for 4 hours. Why is that?
So I've had the privilege of covering for Ryan today at BNI, which is the British Networking Institute, is it?
No. It's Business Networking International.
Okay.
But it's close.
Yeah, more or less. Similar.
Mate, you heard the thing. It's like the largest organisation of its type.
Oh no, it just goes like no, do you know what? It reminded me today that you get out of something what you put into it, right?
Yes. Yeah. If you go with a negative mindset
Yeah.
and
like
you just want to get in and get out, like
Yeah.
you did the first time
Yeah.
or today,
And today.
you won't achieve anything.
Yeah.
I just think I don't even go there for the business anymore. Like, this is what changes me. I don't go there for the business. I go there to speak to other business owners. I've got friends there now. It's just, I just enjoy it.
Yeah, and I can.
What do you think of the bacon roll as well?
The bacon rolls improved since
Massively
last time.
improved.
The sausage one, but the bacon one look good.
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's not like the kind of thing I naturally do. But
Yeah.
then, like, I've never really spoken in front of a room of people like that before.
And it can be quite intimidating.
Yeah, like
I was born to do it, but for standing up in front of 60 people and talking, luckily you had a script. Ryan told me to say
yeah,
this.
I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. Ryan sent me
Did
something.
you like the spiel? Did
Yeah.
you like it? It was good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it worked. But I can see like the people who are like really engaged with it are the
Yeah.
people who obviously do the best. So
Who was the best speaker?
the pest control guy is quite
Tim,
funny.
yeah.
Yeah, he's quite funny.
Hi, my name's Tim. My company's Valley Pest Solutions, and I'm a rat catcher.
Yeah, he's good fun. Yeah, so that was this morning. So thanks
Cool.
for getting me up early. I mean,
No problem.
Yeah, just,
But you do feel more engaged, because normally we start the podcast at 9:30. I've been up since 5:30, halfway through my working day, and you're like, oh mate, I haven't had a coffee yet, I haven't had breakfast yet. But now you're like alive.
yeah, ready to go.
I still feel equally as engaged. Sorry, mate.
Well,
Rambling.
we've got a full day of it. So I was standing for you this morning. Now we're here doing the pod, and then this evening we're going on to an event which we'll discuss later.
We certainly are.
But to jump into agency chat,
Yes.
let's talk about Rightmove.
Let's talk
shall
about
we?
Rightmove. Let's
Which
talk about Rightmove.
Everyone knows the best website.
They've got a monopoly on the market, haven't they?
They do.
They're like the Google of search engines.
Yeah.
Who else? Is there any other ones? Yahoo, Bing, but no one really cares because everyone just Googles it.
Exactly.
Same for a estate agency. There's Zoopla, there's on the market, but no one cares. Rightmove has a massive market share, and they are the ones to go to.
People use Zoopla, don't they? I mean, Zoopla's a big business, but Rightmove especially has got that monopoly. Do you think that's a problem, or do you think that's a good thing?
I can see the arguments of both sides. I think it's a good thing that it's a one-stop shop. And to be fair, the interface and the customer experience on Rightmove is very, very straightforward.
Yeah.
It's very easy to use. Zoopla, I don't get on with Zoopla myself. I can never work out when you put a postcode into search, it always does quarter-mile radius automatically. So the minor thing, it fucks me off.
Yeah, but it's those details, isn't it? And
Yeah.
everyone I meet, like a customer, they know how Rightmove works.
Yeah.
And when I'm in the living room with them, they're pulling it up.
Yeah.
Added every 24 hours, refresh.
Yeah.
And it's a system. And
Very simple, and the simplicity of it, I think, is why it's so successful.
yeah, I agree.
The negative side of things, I don't agree that people should have a monopoly on the market. People need choice. People need options. And whilst there are other options, the point that we're going to get into on Rightmove is maybe they're good for the public, which is a great thing, but for the industry as a whole, and especially being an estate agent, the cost of what they do, I think they're a bit dictatorship sort of thing.
Yeah, I can see that. I would say that the public is the only thing that matters, because that's the market, that's the consumer, that's who we're all ultimately trying to please. Like, Google exists as the dominant thing because it doesn't really make sense to have multiple Googles, because making one thing really good is better than having 5 things which are average.
Yeah.
Similar thing with Facebook. Facebook's gotten so big because there's been one Facebook. rather than having 10 Facebooks.
Yeah. But then there is a lot more different social... The thing is, I think with search engines, like with property portals, they all do the same thing. They're all Facebook.
They're all just Windows.
Whereas if you look at social media, like we weren't going to go on this tangent, but you've got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. They all have a very different outlook on what they're trying to achieve. Twitter as well. Like they're very, very different kind of target market.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas Rightmove, Zoopla on the market are all the same things. They're selling properties. You can't reinvent the wheel.
True.
You show the photo, show the price. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
But what sparked this conversation was I saw an article this week. Rightmove charge a lot. Let's talk about that, whether they charge a lot or not. So Rightmove just increased their monthly prices for the basic package. Basically, just list your properties on Rightmove. I think it's up to £1,385 per calendar month, probably plus VAT, I imagine as well. So best part of £1,400. One of the estate agents who was interviewed on this article, he's a one-man band. He 4 or 5 members of staff, one office in a small remote place. Let's call it Devon. Don't know if it was, but let's say it's in Devon. And his costs are jumping when his contract ends in July by 17%. And his argument was we're not selling as many houses, the market's dropping, fees are dropping, and Rightmove are putting their prices up. And I read it 2 ways. Firstly, it seems like you're blaming everyone else, just push to get higher fees, first of all, and compensate the difference. But then on the flip side, I can understand with business rates going up, interest rates going up, cost of living going up, and all your business charges going up as well. I can understand why he'd be upset about that.
So how many members of staff?
4 or 5.
Okay. Which is kind of on that brink of where you might not be joining a Avocado or an EXP, but you're running your own thing. A 17% increase on Rightmove costs seems very high. I can't imagine Rightmove costs have gone up 17%.
Well, so his has gone up from whatever it was, £1,200 to £1,385, or something like that. So it's a couple £100 a month, but it worked out at 17% per month.
On the flip side, and I've seen the Facebook groups of estate agents who are bashing Rightmove and boycott Rightmove and all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, it's our job to market and sell properties. For £1,400 a month is about what you would pay a junior negotiator, maybe a basic salary.
Probably, yeah.
If you had them in 6 days a week, making calls and knocking on doors and working solidly 6 days a week, I'm not sure they'd be able to do the same job that just putting 6 photos on Rightmove would do.
Love that point. I do understand. Yeah, that's a really, really good way of looking at it, to be fair. Are they begrudging paying the extra costs because they're just struggling as a shit estate agent?
Yeah. Well, not that I don't know if they're a shit estate agent.
Nor do I.
But,
no.
You've got 4 lots of salaries to pay, and then you've probably on Zoopla as well, and then Rightmove just messaging you in the middle of a cost of living crisis and go, oh, by the way, prices are going up.
Yeah.
So.
I don't understand what Rightmove, their justification, because they did comment on the report, and they said our justification is we've added loads more new features. The best price guide you can now send to a mobile. Wicked.
Nice.
They've added more features into it and a more background. And they were constantly reinventing and spending money. But actually, I can't understand what the cost for Rightmove would be. The site's built.
Oh, their profit margins are huge.
That's why they do so well in the stock market. It is a absolutely sound business model.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all these big like Expedia or Airbnb, like these websites that charge commission for people advertising on it.
Yeah,
it's the way forward.
We're just hosting a website.
Yeah, it's like Auto Trader from the 90s.
Yeah, Auto Trader is a very similar business. Yeah. My brother draws that comparison because he works in car sales.
Yeah.
Auto Trader has a similar kind of monopoly on the big dealers because they need to advertise on Auto Trader to sort of get national exposure.
Yeah, yeah.
Similar thing.
So my question to you, here we go. Let's pose this question for the reals. Estate agents, would they be better without Rightmove?
No.
Cool, next topic. Why no?
For the reason I just said, I think if you come off Rightmove, you wouldn't be able to spend that 1,400 quid more efficiently to reach the mass market, like, in my opinion.
Fine.
And I think agents who talk down on Rightmove forget how much they use Rightmove for comps, for data, for like the public data that Rightmove has available, which we all use to show our clients, look what this is sold for. Do you know what I mean?
What the point I make? Okay, if Rightmove disappeared tomorrow, if there's a massive crash, it was hacked and it just disappeared, would a state agency still survive?
Yeah, of course.
So if people wanted to boycott Rightmove and didn't use it, and by the way, I don't agree with this argument. I'm just putting it for the side of the conversation. But if you deleted your Rightmove account and just advertised on Zoopla and on the market and worked your locals better and worked your database better, would that saving over time increase profitability in the company? Because they'd have to work harder. The staff would become better estate agents rather than just relying on Rightmove leads.
That's true. That is true. But I think you'd be battling against the rest of the world, because as a buyer and as a seller, they both the buyers are all looking on Rightmove, and the sellers are looking on Rightmove for their next house. So if you have an agent coming in saying, we don't use Rightmove, but we work 24 hours a day calling people and doing this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
I still think as a seller, like, your reality is your world.
Yeah.
And that if you...
And that's the point you make. Like, we talked about questions sellers ask. The key question they always ask is, what's your fee? And that's not because they do care, obviously, but they're not educated enough to ask another intelligent question, because that's all they look at is fee. Yeah. So, are you on Rightmove? What's your fee?
Yeah.
All estate agents are the same.
And it's been boiled down the last few years with Purple Bricks and now with Strike. If you just want to get onto Rightmove, you can do that for free.
Yeah.
Like, so...
Yeah.
The value in what we do, like, I'm not saying is just putting it on Rightmove, because it isn't, because anyone can do that for free.
Yeah.
It's all of the other bits which people don't know about because they only move home every 7 or 10 years. Or whatever.
Okay.
So it's Rightmove being a public company and pleasing their shareholders.
Cool.
So
ultimately, though, in a nutshell, Rightmove it needs to stay. Estate agents stop whinging and just pay the prices because your business is better for it.
That's what I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
So I looked up Rightmove on Hargreaves Lansdown.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Stock price has kind of gone up and down over the last 5 years, but their revenue last year was £332 million revenue taken in.
Yeah.
Give or take, there's about 1 million transactions in the UK every year. Obviously,
you probably imagine 900,000 of those would have been on Rightmove.
Yeah, obviously not everything that goes on Rightmove completes, but say £332 million in Rightmove revenue, around 1 million transactions. It's about £300, £350 a property on Rightmove.
Mm-hmm.
Seems about right to me.
Yeah. It's a very good point. A very good way of putting it.
So I think
cool.
That's just the Rightmove chat is just another thing. Everything about estate agents just irritates me. But...
What would be your dream sponsor for the podcast? Imagine Rightmove just email us say, "Oh, I've heard you and Matt chatting about us, and you agree with everything we do. Like, we want to sponsor your podcast."
I mean, I'd take a Rightmove sponsorship.
I'd take a Rightmove.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Rightmove.
Lost Mary.
And something else. Anyway, there we go. Or maybe a whiskey brand. I just didn't have a whiskey on a Friday morning.
Yeah.
Do you like your whiskies?
We could do it. If anyone's watching who has like a brand they're trying to launch, like we've got some shelf space here, we could just place some drinks. I'll even get rid of this plant which gets in the way everywhere.
No, I like the plant. I think it adds to the vision, to the views. Obviously for listeners they can't see it, but the plant's good. Anyway.
Anyway.
Next topic.
So that's Rightmove. So that kind of segues into a topic I've been thinking about the last week. We obviously run our own businesses as, I don't like the term one-man bands because we're not really.
We've got a family around us.
Yeah, and we've got a network and we've got like a shared database and all this stuff. But we're very different from the office setups.
We're self-employed estate agents.
So
Bespoke estate agents.
bespoke estate agents, personal estate agents, whatever. But obviously there are only so many hours in the day,
Yeah.
and then therefore only so many houses we can sell with the same level of service.
Yeah.
And I look around at other agents who are perhaps a bit ahead of myself, and I think, well, when I get to there, how do you branch out and how do you get bigger?
Mm-hmm.
How do you do that without not just coming full circle and employing a negotiator and a sales progressor, and all of a sudden you're back to where you started
Yeah.
in an office setup? But then I thought about how in America they have teams. So you're on the Ryan Bloomfield team,
Yeah.
you're on the Matt Barrell team. So
Well,
then
that's the way it will be. It will eventually be like not into like a pyramid scheme, but kind of like you've got the top agents who are they're just turning away business because they physically don't have enough time. But if they employ another self-employed estate agent working under their team, similar to how you got into the business and fed them stuff they can't deal with, and still taking a cut of it, that's how you scale up.
So, and you have, because the thing for me about what we do is the accountability,
Yeah.
which is just doesn't exist in any other model.
No.
So how do you keep that and still grow?
I think that exactly.
how you do it.
Yeah. So you have people working underneath you. They are their own business. They're their own self-employed estate agent. They're running their own lives, but you're then taking obviously a percentage of what they're doing, as well as your own. That's how you scale up. The other easy thing is you up your fees. Like if you're charging 1.5% to sell a house, and you turning away business because you're too busy, then just start quoting 1.75%.
Yeah, and that, going back to the Rightmove conversation, is what I think
Yeah.
as a country and as an industry we do so badly. We complain about Rightmove going from 1,200 to 1,400.
Yeah. But then every single corporate agent's like, you need to get your fee up from 1% to 1.2. It's exactly the same.
But agents aren't even doing that. I mean,
No.
there was a Facebook group thread, which So showed me yesterday,
Yeah.
of I'm about to sell my house and agents quoted 1.15.
Yeah.
So 1.15%, including VAT. And the comments were like, oh, we use this person for 0.95. We use this person
Yeah.
for 0.75. And I'm like, oh my God,
I know.
it's so little money. And people were saying, oh, well, make sure you haggle on the price because there's always wiggle room. It's like,
Yeah.
it's just, as a whole, as an industry, I wish we would just complain less about Rightmove and just collectively try and push fees up a bit more. But
That's called a cartel, mate, and you can't do that. I work for a company that got fined massively for that. So
but whilst you're employed, you don't care.
Yeah.
Because whether you charge the client 2% and come back to the office a hero,
Yeah.
which I'm sure no one really does, or whether you charge them 1.5% or 0.75% because they weren't budging and I thought better for them to come on the market with us than someone else.
Yeah.
You don't
But
care.
that's the whole thing with self-employed. Your mindset change. It does take a long time. I still had that mindset 3 months ago, where I can't lose this business to that. I'd rather take it a lower fee than lose it to that agent. And now I give zero fucks.
Yeah, I mean, I say I don't
Hey, is
care.
that is that the first swear word?
That's a noticeable swear.
I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
And we're
fine.
like fucking 20 minutes in. I've done it again. Fuck me. No, sorry. Yeah, I don't. You know, we're fortunate enough where our businesses have grown enough that we are okay for 3 to 6 months and we're fine, and it will just keep growing from there. But if an agent's quoted 0.8%, I lost one in not far from me. I quoted one and a quarter. I quoted 325 grand house. Went on another agent 0.8% at 335. 3 weeks later, it's reduced to 325 and still not sold. And I'm like, you've gone on for more money, and you've gone with them because they charged 500 quid, 600 quid less. Like, it's a joke. And I didn't even want to argue. Would you go lower on your fee to 1.25? No, I won't. Because it's not worth my time. I'd much rather you go on with the other agent.
It's just because I don't give a fuck. I don't know, this is my fee. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But then I still get upset when I see it come on the market.
No, you do, but you do. Your mindset changes, and I think that's the biggest learning curve of going self-employed is you almost have to rewire your brain. And I know obviously you haven't been an agent as long as I have, but 14 years on the high street,
Yeah.
solely focused on beating, not doing right for the client, not doing right for the customer, beating the other estate agents. That is the focus. You do not lose that business, and you do what you need to do to win it.
Yeah.
And to change that mindset, actually, I only want to deal with 10 clients every few months, because that's more than enough. If I complete on 15 transactions in a year, I'm happy.
Yeah, you're chilling. Yeah, I think
Well, not 15, sorry, 25. But
25. Yeah,
you know
I mean,
what I mean?
my 36 transactions a year for me. Is
That's
like
your goal, is it?
3 a month. Yeah, that's I wouldn't want to do any more than that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't feel comfortable.
And we don't need to, the way the business is structured and the benefits you get from being self-employed. We want to do 120 grand this year.
Yeah.
You know, that's the goal. April to April. Anyway.
I think because I naively, when I got into the business, I saw how the other agents of the world operated.
The poster boys.
And I thought, well, this is great, because I'm just going to like be honest with people.
Yeah.
And like, people will be really grateful for that. It's like, it's just not how it works.
Yeah. Oh, Matt, we loved you. I love your energy. I love your honesty. I love your enthusiasm. But the other agent's 0.5% cheaper, so we've signed up with them.
Yeah. Because
thanks.
People just believe what they want to believe, really, don't they? I think so.
But again, just to finish up this topic, that's fine, because if I sit down with, like, I never quote fees over the phone. I say, there's no point me quoting fees over the phone, because I'm going to be higher than everyone else. So let me spend 45 minutes with you. I'll show you exactly what we do and all the benefits of it. If you don't see the value in what I do at the price I charge compared to someone else, then that's absolutely fine. And I will literally give you all the advice you need and wish you the best of luck with your sale. But I just need that time to speak to people, because if we go and we tell them what we do and lay it all out, and they still want to use someone else, A, we weren't good enough, or B, we didn't want to work with them anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If someone's so focused on the fee and doesn't care about the marketing or the personal contact, or being able to WhatsApp me at 9 o'clock at night and then I can message them back, taking all the stress out of the move. If they don't see the value in that, then that's cool. That's their loss, not mine.
Yeah, and I feel bad for people who get stuck in transactions, stuck into long contracts, but the agents are the first one who start working on the move, and they're the last ones to get paid.
Yeah.
People think about fee 2 times: when they're signing the contract,
and when they're going to pay at the end,
and when they get the invoice from the solicitor. So it's never really 3 months; it's always 4 months.
Yeah.
You know, I had a transaction the other day that closed, which was 9 months, and it didn't feel like that's just how long it took.
Yeah.
We're the first ones to start and last ones to get paid.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
There we go. Well,
Cool.
I had a cool topic to talk about, but I think we're going to do a whole episode on that.
Yeah,
soon.
let's do a whole app. Let's keep these short and.
We're probably about 25 minutes. Do you ever, when you listen back to them, when we call the time out, do you ever look at where the time is on the clock? I'm normally pretty accurate. I reckon we're about 26 minutes in at the moment.
Okay, cool. Well, let's quickly brief for later.
Yes. So, talking about relationships and obviously being personal estate agents, we have. You went networking this morning on my behalf. Thank you for that. There's lots of business owners there. There's a solicitor there. There's loads of people there we can work with, which is great. And having those trusted connections. We're not going to go into our trust with solicitors, but I feel like our working relationship with solicitors, the ones we use regularly, are brilliant. So we've been invited to a 20th anniversary of a solicitor opening, and we're hoping it's all expenses paid. We're not sure.
I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it is as well.
I'm not taking any money.
I am, but yeah. A little trip down the River Thames. So they're picking us up from Caversham in North Reading, and we have a little 3-hour piddle down the Thames on a boat with other. Who do you reckon's going to go? Other solicitors and estate agents.
I have no idea, but they'd said on the email, looking forward to seeing you every Friday. I was like, yeah, networking.
I got the personal call, actually, to be fair.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, James called me. But this is interesting, and this particular. Which we can name it, can't we? It doesn't matter, doesn't it? But 30, we've got 40 subscribers. Harrison's Solicitors, there we go. So my 10 cases that are going through at the moment, James is on one of the sides on 9 of them.
Yeah. And
powerful.
They're just a good outfit, and I'm still. I've basically learned that you only work with local reputable firms.
Yeah.
Because when I started a business, I had people reaching out to me on LinkedIn or wherever, like, oh, we'd love to work with you. We offer this, we offer that. And it all sounds great. And then you do a deal.
Mm.
And I just started getting excuses from people. Like, oh, well, this, that. It's like...
And I think the difference with us is we're not a big corporate outfit giving them 150, 200 cases a month.
No.
It's 1 or 2 cases a month.
Yeah.
And I feel like Harrison's treat me like I know James. I've worked with him for years. He's done my own conveyancing.
Right. Yeah.
So I know him really well. But I feel he just like all of our messages start, "Hi, mate."
Yeah.
Like not hello, Mr. Westwood.
Yeah,
Hi,
dear
mate.
sirs.
And he does the same to me, mate. Just to let you know, this has done this. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Or he replies back saying "tar" rather than "Thank you for your information. Kind regards, James Westwood."
Yeah, and they're just a good outfit who get
Yeah.
things done. So that's good.
But it's good. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good night, and also just shows building relationships really does work.
Yeah,
it's only going to bring us closer together. So when I speak, I'm going to have a chat with him about how he likes to work as well, because now I've got quite a few cases. It's probably worth.
Yeah, and for the client's sake as well, because our clients who we refer them to is all part of their experience, isn't it? So if a solicitor has any issues with our client or our mutual client, then that reflects on us and vice versa.
Absolutely does. Absolutely does. But yeah, should be good, mate. Should be a good one.
Cool.
Next topic though. So next week, should we talk about people inviting other people on to viewings? And we talked about this very slightly. So, for example, first-time buyers, they want a second view of property. They want to bring their mum and dad round, and the things that people do.
Well, yeah.
Dads particularly.
Let's do a whole next week.
Episode. We'll actually focus on it, and we'll do a bit of planning rather than just WhatsApp each other the day before saying, Rightmove chat? Yep. Agency chat? Done.
Cool. That's all the prep we do. But anyway, I'm enjoying these podcasts as always.
Yeah, I am as well, mate. Right, cool. I'll do the close.
Oh, you do the close. Cool.
Well, you can do the close.
Ryan's going to do the close for you.
Thank you so much for listening or watching the Living Room Chat podcast. This has been episode 23. I'm still Ryan. He's still Matt. And we'll be back next week for number 24. Peace out.
Ciao for now.